Hi, my name's Jude. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Maple Ridge, Canada. I'm currently residing in West Vancouver, BC, Canada. My pronouns are them, they, their. I'm trans, more specifically genderqueer. I'm queer and I identify as so due to a fluctuation, and it matches better with my genderqueer identity, I find. It's difficult for me to choose such a more gendered term like gay, or what I see as a more gendered term like gay and lesbian, and apply it to myself when I don't feel those. So I like the umbrella term of it, which I think a lot of people, well, I like the umbrella term of it. My gender is genderqueer. I found this term when I had the chance to go to a queer camp held here in BC, and it was called Camp Out when I went, and it was very good at talking about pronouns and gender and sexual identities, and so that's where most of my terms derive from, and that's sort of a mishmash of a mix of counselors and campers that brought their own terms in, and we all sort of use them if they helped match us or if they felt comfortable with us, and worked well with our privileges as well. So no appropriation and such. My sexuality, again, is queer. I find myself attracted to all people. I have difficulty retaining or remaining sexually attractive to cis men, but that's an issue with some bad experiences, and as well as internal misogyny and other aspects of the relationship that I find it too difficult. Once again, queer is a pretty common term that I find able to use. My romantic life is pretty quiet. I'm a relatively shy person. This also reflects on my friendships and community. I find myself often deterred away from communities because I often feel that even though I've been presenting as a queer and genderqueer person for some time, that I don't have the full information, and thus find working in the community sometimes difficult. There's also the issue of there's always some sort of conflict in a community, and at times those reflect on genderqueer people and queer people, and I already find my identity a sensitive subject, so I have an issue of distancing myself from something before I have reason to, because I think something might happen. I don't really have any special community terms, except for the queer and trans communities, and friendships are small and they fluctuate. I describe my dress often as androgynous, but mostly just trying to remain comfortable in my body, which can sometimes be uncomfortable. And once again, these fluctuate. A lot of my genderqueer, I float around almost, and sometimes I present myself as very femme, and sometimes very masculine, and a masculine identity often is different from a butch identity in my eyes. Obviously, this isn't the same for everyone. I've been, once again, these are terms that I've picked up over the years. Androgynous has an issue of being more of a fashion statement, that some people believe is more of a fashion statement. I use it because it's something that worked for me without being too defined. A really important part of my identity would be my name, Jude. I picked it for myself. It's to the point where my birth name is an extremely triggering event. And it was the start of who I am, and so it's an important part of my identity, because it was always this new person, an old person.